rising, the sun is falling, the drinks are ready, it's time to begin. The Paranormal Cocktail Hour with Mike Hawk and Jenna Talya. The moon is rising, the sun is falling, the drinks are ready, it's time to begin. The Paranormal Cocktail Hour with Mike Hawk and Jenna Talya. The moon is rising, the sun is falling, the drinks are ready, it's time to begin.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Cocktail Hour, the only podcast where we dive into the murky waters of the supernatural, armed with nothing but our wits and a questionable drink. I'm Mike Hawk, your resident rationalist, here to put the fact in fact check.
And I'm Jenna Talya, your genuine believer, here to prove that everything is spookier with a little bit of liquor. And tonight, Mike, we are sipping on a Bell Witch-themed cocktail that I call the Red River Rhapsody.
A rhapsody, you say, already making it sound more dramatic than it probably is.
Oh, it is dramatic. The recipe is a beautiful blend of sweet and sour notes, just like the dual nature of this story itself. It's a mix of spiced whiskey, cranberry juice, a splash of maple syrup, and a squeeze of lime. It's got a nice little bite to it.
Sweet and sour, huh? Sounds like the last time I tried to date a flat earther.
Exactly. Now, Mike, our subject tonight is a genuine American legend. A haunting so famous, it allegedly ran Andrew Jackson out of town. The Bell Witch. Picture it. Robertson County, Tennessee, the early 1800s. The Bell family, led by patriarch John Bell Sr., has a prosperous farm, and for 13 years, life is good. They'd moved from North Carolina and had a peaceful existence until the summer of 1817.
And that's when the peaceful part goes right out the window.
It does! John Bell first saw a strange creature, a dog with the head of a rabbit that just vanished after he shot at it. Then, one of the family's enslaved men, Dean, reported being followed by a big black dog on his way home at night.
But let's not forget a key piece of real-world context here. This all happened shortly after John Bell Sr. was publicly excommunicated from the Red River Baptist Church in 1818 for covetousness and contempt. So before the poltergeist even got started, the patriarch of this family was already a social pariah with some very real-world enemies.
That's fair, Mike, but it doesn't explain what came next. The animal sightings were just the beginning. The house itself started to come alive. They heard knocking on the walls, someone sucking their teeth, and the bed sheets being ripped from their beds in the middle of the night.
Like a roommate who just can't quit a bad habit.
Exactly, and it got worse. This invisible entity began to pinch, slap, and even stick the children with pins and needles. And the physical attacks were particularly focused on John Bell and his youngest daughter, Betsy. The beatings were so violent, they'd leave her with welts and sometimes even unconscious. This is where the story gets really chilling, Mike. The entity evolved from a silent tormentor to a clear, disembodied voice. It could hold full conversations, sing hymns, and even repeat entire sermons verbatim from miles away. It was also intelligent, loved to gossip, and would debate theology. It named itself Kate and became known as the Bell Witch.
So it's not just a ghost, it's a fun-loving poltergeist with a serious alcohol problem, singing drinking songs after a funeral.
See? That's what makes it so fascinating. It was a mischievous, almost human personality. And its notoriety grew so much that people came from all over the country to see it for themselves. And get this, among them was future President Andrew Jackson himself.
Ah, yes, the cornerstone of the legend.
He and his men were supposedly met with a barrage of flying objects and unexplained noises upon their arrival. The story goes that the witch spoke to Jackson, telling it would haunt him in the future, causing him and his entire party to flee in a hurry. Jackson allegedly said he'd rather fight the entire British army single-handed than face this witch again.
And that's a brilliant piece of folklore, because there is absolutely no contemporary record of this event. Andrew Jackson's life was meticulously documented, but there's not a single mention of this in his journals, letters, or any of his party's records. It's a second-hand account, a narrative embellishment that was added later to make the story more compelling and to lend it an air of credibility by attaching a prominent historical figure to the events.
Are you not going to let me just enjoy the ghost story?
Not while I've got a microphone.
Well, the torment reached its climax on December 20th, 2010, with the death of John Bell Sr. For years, the entity had been threatening to kill him. His health rapidly declined, and he suffered from strange symptoms like facial twitching, migraines, seizures. And when he died, the witch took credit for it. A mysterious vial of a black liquid was found near his deathbed. According to the legend, when a family member threw it into the fireplace, it produced a blue flame.
And that's where the supernatural tale hits a wall of cold, hard science. The symptoms you just listed, the facial twitching, tingling sensations, seizures, all align with the effects of long-term exposure to heavy metal poisoning, specifically arsenic.
So the witch was just a metaphor for a true crime murder mystery?
Exactly. The final piece of evidence is that magical blue flame. A core tenet of modern toxicology is that arsenic, when burned, produces a characteristic blue-white flame. So that vial of witch's potion wasn't magic at all. It was a scientifically explainable chemical reaction. This theory suggests that the witch was a human with a motive, maybe one of his enslaved laborers or a community member who held a grudge against him after his excommunication.
See, this is why I need a cocktail. It was a true crime murder mystery all along.
It also changes the narrative. It's not just a simple ghost story, it's a multifaceted puzzle. And while the Ingram fabrication theory that the whole story was made up by an author in 1894 has been debunked by the discovery of earlier accounts, those accounts lack the sensational details like the violent beatings and the poisoning. It shows that while the story was real, it was heavily embellished over time to serve a more compelling narrative. And it's a narrative that continues to resonate today. The Bell Witch legend has solidified its place in American pop culture, inspiring films like The Blair Witch Project and shows like Ghost Adventures. But the biggest legacy of all is how it became a major business.
That's right. The Bell Witch Cave and the reconstructed John Bell Cabin in Adams, Tennessee, are huge ghost tourism sites drawing people from all over the world.
It's a thriving business. They've got guided cave tours, lantern tours, haunted hay rides. It's history, horror, and entrepreneurial savvy all blended into one.
But Mike, there's a fascinating modern piece of folklore that keeps the legend alive for new visitors. The cursed rock tradition.
Ah, yes, a brilliant marketing tactic.
They warn visitors not to take rocks from the cave because doing so is said to bring bad luck and misfortune. The owners of the site reportedly keep a binder in their gift shop filled with letters from people who return their rocks after experiencing tragedy or bad luck. Whether it's true or not, it transforms a simple superstition into an interactive, communal experience that reinforces the myth's power.
And now for our favorite segment, Wired in Weird News, where we share some of the strange and unexplained happenings from around the world this week. Mike, what's your pick? I'll start with something from the cosmos. This week, astronomers spotted a mysterious gamma ray explosion that repeated several times over a day. They said it was unlike any detected before. Gamma ray bursts are common, but they're typically catastrophic, singular events. This repeating pattern has scientists scratching their heads. They're trying to figure out if it was a star being ripped apart by a strange black hole or something even more bizarre.
See, even science is spooky when you get down to it. Now, for my pick, I was captivated by the news of a new play that just opened in Calgary, Canada, called The Brothers Paranormal. It's a show that blends comedy, horror, and suspense, echoing the very format of our own podcast. I love how new generations are finding creative ways to tell these kinds of stories.
I'll give you that one. That's a little less insane than some of your other picks.
Thank you, Mike. And for our shared pick, because nothing brings us together like a bit of unadulterated weirdness, did you see the story about the two elderly women who became trapped in a hot tub at a remote cabin in Kentucky?
Oh, that is just pure, unadulterated chaos. That's the kind of haunting I can get behind. And with that, we're all out of time. Tonight's story of the Bell Witch is a great reminder that the line between folklore and reality is often blurred.
Was it a ghost, a hoax, or a true crime murder mystery? We may never know for sure.
But what we do know is that a good story can resonate for centuries. And as for our Red River Rhapsody, it's all gone.
Sounds about right. We started with a full glass and an open mind. We're now left with a few facts and a lingering sense of ambiguity.
And that, my friends, is why we do what we do. Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't forget to join us next week as we tackle the mystery of the Mothman.
The moon is rising, the sun has fallen, the drinks are ready, it's time to begin. The Paranormal Cocktail Hour with Mike Hawk and Jenna Talya.